This is the Sports Timeout Podcast with Brooklyn Farrell, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And no ghetto tacos, sights, and sounds from the past weekend, but welcome into the Sports Timeout Podcast, and it's brought to you by Jefferson's and Robert's Integrative Dentistry in Joplin. Wes Underwood along with Tony. No Clint this week, but we have a great lineup for you yet again this week. And first up, we'll get right into it. Everything going good for you?
Yes, sir. Everything going good for you?
Yeah, so far. Good spring break, that's for sure. And
it's been nice weather.
Has been. Makes me want to travel. And kind of like the first topic here, we'll get into the NFL and we'll talk the Jets. I mean, might as well put our 2 cents in here of what's going on. I mean, they trade more. They pick up a second-round pick. Good for them. They grab Kansas City's Jet and Mecole Hardman. Good for them. Could be a toy for Rodgers down the road. We'll get there in just a minute. And then they have Lazard, Cobb, Mecole now. And then they have the 13th overall pick added in with the 2 back-to-back picks in the second round. I mean, that right there could potentially be the trade for Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, this could also be it. Trade the 2s for a 1, and then they go get Aaron Rodgers with 2 1 picks, or they could trade the 1 and the lowest 2 for Rodgers and probably Zach Wilson. I mean, that right there could be an ideal trade for him. And Rodgers is going there either way, but I mean, this could possibly be the biggest bust since Emmanuel Sanders bounced from KC to play with Peyton Manning. I mean, it could go south, but as of now, everything's leading towards him going there. What are your thoughts on it?
Man, there's so many what ifs and there's so many possibilities. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I believe he's going to go there. They're the front runners for him. It's just how much is the Jets going to, willing to sacrifice in order for them to, is it going to cost them, is it not going to be a good enough trade for them to not be the Jets?
Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders for Jimmy Garoppolo. We didn't see that coming, but yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be crazy, crazy ride.
Mm-hmm.
But talking the Raiders, next up in the NFL, we'll talk them indeed. They had Austin Hooper. I mean, good for them. They had Waller. They got rid of Waller. Anything different shows that, once again, Josh McDaniels has no leadership and sucks at getting players. I mean, Hooper hasn't been relevant since 2018, 2019. I mean, he's also gotten hurt a lot, and so does his new quarterback, Jimmy G. I mean, 2018, Jimmy G got the ACL tear. 2019, Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs. 2020, IR for most of the season. 2021, all right. 2022, IR again. Oh, yeah, he's replacing Derek Carr, who got let go because McDaniel didn't want him. I mean, my rant's over here, but your thoughts as a Raiders fan, what are they on this one? Just a weird carousel.
Man, the Raiders always find a way to be the Raiders.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. They have such a bad management, such bad coaching. Man, it's tough to be a fan. Like, you love it because you love the franchise and what what it stands for, and they defecate on it. So
absolutely, it's terrible. It's terrible. I feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, they had that 1 win in Kansas City. They did the parade, and then boom. Ever since then, it's just been doomed. So it's weird. Lastly, in the NFL, we talked Cam Newton. I mean, the dude had a pro day at Auburn, and he impressed. I mean, he was throwing lasers and proved he was finally healthy. I mean, the 33-year-old hasn't played since 2021. Honestly, did great in 2020 for the Pats, but he got COVID and then kind of got hurt a little bit and just wasn't himself afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know. That carried over to the Panthers where he was 0-5. I mean, look, if I'm the Dolphins here, I'm going to throw this out there. If I'm the Dolphins with Tua being concussion prone and Teddy Bridgewater not impressing but get you by every now and then, they should be the team that goes and signs Cam Newton if you're really thinking about it. I mean, he fits into that system perfectly. Thoughts
Mhm.
here?
No, I actually love that. No, yeah, I think that's the move that needs to happen if you're Cam Newton. But yeah, I was kind of impressed with the film. I'm a big Cam Newton fan. I like his story and I like him as a player and a competitor. So I want I want to see him play. Uh,
Yeah,
like I just want to see him play. I want to see him be successful. So um, wherever he needs to go to be successful, that's where I want him to go ultimately.
that Cam smile. You want to see the Cam smile again,
Yeah, absolutely.
or the Superman, or whatever else he did. But
The dad,
yeah, he had a lot of stuff going on, and his swag. I did enjoy his swag. He had a lot of good outfits.
absolutely.
And ending there, we move into men's March Madness, and wow, before upsets, what a week it's been for the coaches. I mean, Patino to St. John's after 3 years at Iona. Farley Dickinson's head coach, Tobin Anderson, takes the Iona job after that and gets his team to the round of 32. And then Shrewsbury leaves Penn State after getting them to the round of 32 for Notre Dame. And then Ed Cooley leaves Providence for Georgetown. I mean, all the chaos. Man, that's a lot to digest in coaches, but even just in the upsets that happened, which leads me to my next question here, and only question for this one. Which team has been your favorite upset thus far in the tournament? I mean, mine had to be Arkansas over KU. It's crazy how many people had KU repeating. I believe it was like 15 to 20%. And then on that one, and then yeah, K-State making it to the Elite Eight. Well, kudos to them. But who
Yeah,
you got here?
I was gonna say K State.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see them do good. I'm upset that the KU lost because KU is kind of the team that I like. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bandwagon fan, so but so like yeah, I'll just choose to like these guys because they're kind of good. But
Absolutely.
but I'll own it.
Yeah. You'll own it. You'll own it. Just like you owned KU last year, like you said. And I mean,
Mhm.
look what they did. I think K State could, if they really put forward. They had a tough one yesterday. Came out in overtime. First overtime of the NCAA tournament this year. So that's pretty incredible. I mean, yeah. Yeah. We'll go ahead and move on. And up next, we talk the big fight this weekend, and we'll go into boxing here. And it's David Benavidez against Caleb Plant. And Benavidez, the 26-0 man, claims he's going to break Plant's jaw tomorrow. One, I love it. Two, I really want to see this fight. Is he worth the hype, or is he just talking through his, butt here?
Man, no, though those guys are dogs. They are both are very, very good. Benavidez he's a bad dude. He throws with a lot of intention, and he's a lot of fun to watch. Uh, Caleb Plant, I love his story. He's a great guy, he's very technical.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love that about him. So um, I hate it's a great matchup and it's going to be a great fight. So as a spectator, it's awesome, but as a fan, I don't like it because I like both of those guys so much. So it's a lose-lose for me. At the end of the night.
I mean, 23 of his fights, my guy there, I'm gonna go with Benavidez there, and 23 of his fights though are knockouts. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to watch that one.
yeah. It's but Caleb Plant is not a pushover. I don't think
Yeah,
Caleb Plant
one
Benavidez is that
loss.
one loss and that's to the goat Canelo.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun to watch. That's for sure. I want to
Yeah,
watch a broken jaw though.
yeah.
And
Come
well,
over. I'll have it.
okay, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. And if it's raining, for sure, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Next up, we talk Sporting Kansas City
Bring a
and the
pizza.
woes. Huh?
Bring a pizza.
Oh yeah, true. From our sponsor.
Yeah. And I'll
Yeah.
get some wings from our sponsor.
Oh yeah, that too. And well, move on to Sporting Kansas City. Their woes continue. Last week, just as we thought, things were trending in the right directions. Sporting goes up 1-0, And all of a sudden, it was like they didn't know how to handle a lead. On a positive note, though, Kenda and
On the bright side,
Russell, yeah, Kenda and Russell both practiced with the team. I don't believe it was Kenda. I believe it was Polito. My computer changed that on me here. So
cool.
Polito and Russell were both practicing with the team. So that's good news. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited for that. And with the team the other day, they did that. And head coach Peter Vermees had this to say about getting a crucial win this weekend. Take a look.
I mean, I think it would be very helpful, but I disagree on the must win. I don't see things like that unless you're in a final. Finals are must wins. So, but of course it'll help. I mean, the obvious answer is yes. It would help your mentality. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too concerned yet. I don't blame him. He's been there, and they are not late in the season. So I get his mindset here. Do you agree with that one?
I mean, part of me says yes, and the other part says no. It's, I think there's pressure on him.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's been through this before.
True.
He can keep that calm and not, I don't know, put up a front, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. We'll see. We'll watch. Tomorrow it is. Sporting Kansas City back home. And lastly, into the NWSL we go. The Current open up their season on the road against the Courage tomorrow. And I got a chance to sit down and talk the Current's offseason and the first match of 2023 tomorrow with Current forward Izzy Rodriguez. A lot to digest there. Brought to you by Ghetto Tacos and Robert's Integrative Dentistry. Take a look. All right. And we have a very special guest joining us this week, and that is Kansas City Current forward Izzy Rodriguez. Welcome in. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. And we're doing pretty good. Just kind of hoping that this rain goes away. Hopefully it doesn't rain for you guys where you're heading. So
yeah, I'm hoping so.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and get right into it. Last year, you all go on that incredible run and make it all the way to the championship game. What is the team's mindset going into the season tomorrow after that great 2022 campaign?
Yeah, I think that just left us wanting more. We had a little bit of a taste of what a championship could look like, and we were really close, but that's just driving us to start even stronger this year. I think we really had a good end of the season last year and could have started a little bit better. So having that great start this year and going to the game this weekend with a really good mentality is what's going to take us back to that championship.
Well said. Well said. And I mean, this offseason, the Current organization were able to maintain a good core from last year's team, yet they brought in some experience as well. How much does that mean to you as a player, knowing that they didn't want to lose a lot after that season that they had that was so incredible?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really nice to hear. I think that gives us a lot of confidence, and they backed up kind of what they put on the field. And, they want to keep a good core, but you can't doubt who we just brought in. A lot of world-class talent. And I think every time we sign somebody, all of the players who are still left here, we're super excited with each signing. Each one was amazing. And we're really lucky to have them this year to just add on to what we did last year.
Indeed. And out of that new group of arrivals, who's been the most fun to watch or learn from thus far?
Obviously, I think this is a big one, but Dabini is awesome to watch. She's incredible, and I know we've been missing out on her the last couple weeks, but she was really cool. That was somebody I was like starstruck to almost see, but she is amazing. She's super nice, and I mean, I think she pulled out a bicycle kick like 3 practices into our preseason, and everyone was like, well, here we go.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun. And continuing on the topic of off season, what was your goal this off season, and did you get to accomplish that goal?
My goal this offseason was just to continue getting better. Obviously, we need a little bit of a break when season ends, and took that break, let myself recover, but got back at it pretty quick. Put a lot of effort in getting fit and in training, and I actually got the privilege to train with Alexa and Michelle, who were 2 draft picks back at home because we're all from Michigan.
Yeah.
Great environment back there. So I think it was just getting better and making myself prepared for the preseason that had to come. And I know we all came in super fit and super excited to get after it again.
Sounds awesome. And lastly, y'all have your first match coming up tomorrow, obviously. Lots of excitement for sure. But what match are you all looking forward to the most? Your season opener in North Carolina or the home season opener against the defending champion Thorns?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think there's a lot of perks to both. Obviously, being home is great, and that's a big rematch that we have coming up at home, but we got to get through the first game. And I think the first game is always a good testament, kind of what we put forward and all the work we put into the preseason. So if we can get through that game and come out with a win, I think that game's kind of what we're focused on right now.
Well said, well said. And we're all looking forward to it too, especially after the ending of last year. Can't mention it enough. I mean, it was incredible. So good luck to you guys. Hopefully you stay healthy and have a good first game and enjoy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm excited for this matchup. Lots of questions with their young team and backups. 6 to 7 total players, I believe, are out or rehabbing right now. But we're looking for a show tomorrow. Are you excited, Tony?
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see how good they do, and hopefully finish the season a little bit stronger than the last one.
Yeah, indeed. And we will now head into the local sports update brought to you by Trackside Burgers, and they are open at 1515 West 10th Street in Joplin. So go catch them for your barbecue needs this weekend. They got the barbecue shop open, and they're going to be making some, I like the burn-ins. That's what I'm going to highlight. And it looks delicious. And I believe they're going to keep the barbecue going for the weekend. So I'm kind of excited about that. Maybe we should do that for the game or the fight.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And we should. And well, baseball is officially opened up, and Joplin will continue playing in the Tiger Zebra Classic. They take on Claremore today and wrap up the weekend with Tahlequah tomorrow. As for Webb, they head to the Willard Leadoff Tournament, and they take on Jackson and Rockbridge tomorrow. Next up is Carthage, and they will participate in the Roy B. Shaver Classic. And today they will take on Purdy. And then next we have CJ, and they will take on Mack County tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then Camdenton at noon and Aurora at 4:30. And lastly, we have Neosho, and they host the Roy B. Shaver Classic. And on that note, we bring in head baseball coach Helsel. How are you, sir? Can you hear us?
Yes, sorry, I can now.
Oh, you're good.
I'm trying to figure it all out.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Just hoping that we get to catch some more baseball action tomorrow with this rain that suddenly decided to move in after a 5-hour delay. But
yeah, exactly. It was kind of funny because we were supposed to play games today,
and
we moved them up to yesterday, thinking today was going to be bad, and we play Friday, and now today would have been okay if we could have moved them up. So it's just spring baseball in Missouri.
Absolutely. And now, before we get into this season, though, we'll go back to last year and how it ended. And you take over that club that won 4 games the season prior, and then you go 9-3 to begin the year and end the season in districts with a loss to Webb City. That was a 2-0 game. What was the offseason like for you all after that tough loss to end the year?
Yeah, really we lost one senior that really close with, and we lost more than one, but one that played a lot. And so, I knew coming into it that we're going to have a lot of experience, on the mound, in the field. And so that was something that the coaches had talked about, that let's move a step further. It's no longer year one for us. It's no longer teaching kids the way that we want to do things. Now the kids know, because they were all here outside of a couple.
Yeah.
And so let's move on to, fine tuning those things. And that's what we saw the most improvement in our off season. There's a lot less me talking, which I like, to not have to talk as much, and a lot more kids just knowing what they're doing.
Indeed. And despite losing Czar and Smith to being seniors, obviously, you have a big senior class this year, as you just mentioned. You're currently 3-1. First off, how's this year's team shaping up to last year's team? And then second, how amazing was that shutout by Finsky the other day?
Yeah, so really we still have Czar and Smith They were
Okay.
both juniors last year.
Okay.
We lost Carson Williams, who was our starting second baseman last year, and that was
Gotcha.
it. That started for us.
Okay.
So we have Eli Czar behind the plate. Kid, I don't know how he does it. It's not the swing that I would have put together if I could mold my ideal swing for a hitter.
Yeah.
But the kid's barrel is in the zone for a long time. He's strong. He's competitive, and he is a bulldog behind the plate. And we've got our top 4 pitchers are back from last year. Cale Smith being our ace. He's been our ace for all last year and continues to be.
Yeah.
Quentin Hughes, who's a junior, and also Neosho's quarterback. He's pretty dominant. He has 2 of our 3 wins on the year right now.
Awesome.
Obviously, Carter Finsky, the way he pitched in that, he threw 6 no-hit innings and 14 Ks and had all his pitches working. And we have Alex Rodriguez back, who was the kid who pitched against Webb City in that 2-0 game in districts.
Yeah.
So, we've got arms for days, and it's a good problem to have. But yeah, I think we have a chance. What I like this year is what we like to keep for our offense is quality at bat. So my brother is big on that, and we always try to shoot for above 50%. So you're talking walks, hit by pitch, get on by an error. There's a lot of different ways to do that without getting a hit, which obviously a hit works. We try to stay above 50%. So last year we had 6 games out of our 30 that we were above 50%. And this year we're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
So
it's incredible.
Taking our walks and if we can score some more runs with the pitching depth that we have, we can win a lot of games.
Indeed. And you guys take on Diamond today, correct?
We're supposed to take on Diamond today. Yep.
Weather pending.
Yep, pending. Right. I think if we beat Diamond, we'll be in our tournament championship for the 2nd year in a row. Awesome. Now, last year we lost to Stratford in a 12-inning game.
Yes.
In the championship, and Stratford's 2-0 in their side of the bracket right now, so it's shaping up to be potentially another Stratford Neosho championship, which would be really exciting.
Yeah.
There's a good squad over there. They're always good. They're a little bit smaller school than we are, but it's a baseball school. That Springfield area is baseball heavy, so
yeah,
I'd be excited to match up with them again.
And speaking of that, how do you keep your team focused on that and not let that get into their heads from last season?
The good thing is that we have, like I said, we have so much experience. I haven't really had to mess with it. We played McDonald County this past week, and we were up 4-2 and had 1 inning. We've had really 1 inning in 4 games all year that hasn't been good. Yeah. We gave up a 7 spot. We couldn't stop the bleeding. But even like our first game of the year at CJ, we were down 1-0 for most of the game. Mm-hmm. Last year at CJ, we got a little bit of a lead. Quentin Hughes came in, pitched pretty well, and we lost on a walk-off. And this year, same thing. We're up 4-2 or we're up 4-1. He comes in, and this time we can shut him down. So it was really nice.
That's good. That is good. Well, we enjoy you coming on, and weather pending again. Yeah. Good luck to you today. If not, finish out strong, and we're rooting for you this year.
Yeah. Hey, I have one more thing before we get off. Okay,
go for it.
I have to call you out. Okay. I have been saving this receipt for almost 6 months. Okay. So I saw this was right after the 4th of July, and I put a note in my phone when I saw it because I knew when I came back on here, I wanted to bring it up. Okay. You posted a picture of a steak. Okay. I'm going to show you. I know it's on my phone. You're not going to be able to see it super well, but picture of a steak. Okay. And you said something like, happy 4th of July, greatest food ever, something like that. And that thing was as well done as I have ever seen a steak. Tell me that's not how you eat your steaks. Wes.
That's not how I eat mine. That's how I made it for my wife. So
okay. Well, that's fair.
I promise you that.
That's fair. I've been saving that thing since like the 4th of July. So
it's a great memory there.
On here.
Yeah.
He eats it with ketchup on the side.
Right.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes, that baby. No,
exactly.
A1 steak sauce or something better than that every now and then. But yeah, that's not how I do it.
I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that for sure.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks for the memory, and look forward to having you on sooner than later. That's for sure.
Appreciate it, guys. Anytime. All right.
Yeah. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
See ya.
And we will finish out with the 2-minute warning brought to you by Hot Stone Pizzeria. Go grab a large pizza and a medium pizza for the month of March, only for $30, and that saves you 10. So, yeah, I guess don't get a well-done steak on your pizza. But in my
That's so
double A
tough.
baseball, MIAA baseball is in full swing. Southern hosts Emporia State this weekend, and tonight they will play at 6, pending the weather, obviously, as well. Tomorrow they'll play at 1, and Sunday at 1. Pitt State, they are on the road at Hayes. They will play at 2 p.m. today, 1 p.m. tomorrow, and noon on Sunday. For softball, Pitt will host Rogers State this afternoon. I can't get that out of my head. That's hilarious. After beginning at 3 with game 2 to follow. And then tomorrow we'll host Northeastern State in a doubleheader beginning at 1 p.m. with game 2 to follow. As for Southern, they play opposite at home facing Northeastern tonight at 4 p.m. weather pending as well, with game 2 to follow, and tomorrow and another doubleheader against Rogers State beginning at 2 p.m. with game 2 to follow. Of course, all these games and events are pending to the weather and the current fluid COVID-19 situation, so tune in to each team's social media pages for times and updates. And, well, the music continues. So is the end of another episode. For Tony, Clint, and myself, have a great and safe weekend. Make sure y'all go get some Ghetto Tacos food truck or taco shop next Tuesday. Buy 5, get 1 free. Buy 10, get 3 free. And if you don't want that, go Wednesday for 10% off nachos. And if you don't want any of that, just go ahead and go this weekend and grab some molitas or some, nachos. Yeah, that too.
Or burritos if you happen to go on a Thursday.
Yeah, burritos are great, man. Theirs are delicious. Have you had one yet?
I have not had the privilege of having one yet.
Dude, it's pretty good. You got to give it a try.
I know.
Also, tune into our page later this afternoon for a giveaway from Robert's Integrative Dentistry. You won't want to miss out on that. I hear a gift card of some sort, so yeah, stay tuned. And we'll catch you all next week on the Sports Timeout podcast.